Shalom Makim. His brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First, we give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders and the truth of them GMS. And blessing to the Akim out there preaching his word with whole true sincerity. And blessing to 144,000 and 1/3, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, house of David, Dawadah. And shalom to you brothers out there that's speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom. So on this, it's a pretty nice day on a Monday. So start the week off, which every day we praying for the downfall of this wicked system. I actually wanted to, I was meditating on a video to put up, and I wanted to get into the kingdom, man, because that's exactly what we're fighting for. Every day, brothers should be in a kingdom-minded mindset, because through the trials and tribulations that we about to go through very soon, like the scriptures say that, the word should comfort us, and it does. That's what the comforter is for, is to comfort us through these harsh times. It's like it says in Isaiah 33:6, brothers know this very well, is the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So like while everybody else is prepping, while everybody else is, flooding through the markets, losing their mind, just trying to figure out what to do with a lack of faith and things of that nature, you got Akim that's really in this thing sincere, is very calm and rejoicing through these times. So it's crazy because the scriptures say that it said we'll be rejoicing and pursuing Isaiah 65. So but striving through this thing, when we see these tribulations and things coming upon us, being chastened and things of that nature, I mean, it makes sense for the Lord to say that, take these things cheerfully. And I understand that because, when it also said the Lord is dealing with you, when he who the Lord chasteneth, the Lord loveth. So when you getting chastened and we going through and we see the signs of the times and things of that nature, that puts us or supposed to put Akim in a kingdom-minded mindset, because, we're in a time where the kingdom is really about to be at hand. So like, just knowing that, it's like, wow. So when you're kingdom-minded, you're pretty much, it's really not that deep to be living in this thing, because you're gonna yearn for it to come on and hurry its ass up, because we want the kingdom in general. So it's like we can give a damn about the tribulation and jick of trouble as far as on the aspect of passing by, because we know once it passes by, the kingdom is right there. So I just wanted to comfort the brothers that may see my video or that watches my video. Comfort the brothers, man. Is no fear, man. The Lord gave us pursuing the 2 Timothy 1:7. Shout out to my brother that put me on that precept. So the kingdom in general, man, is going to be a situation where it's going to be unfathomable that we know of, and just like the scriptures talk about, we can't even, it's a phenomenal and exciting experience to be around brothers and just to congregate and just have a conversation about what we believe or what we depicted and how the kingdom's going to be. Those are my favorite conversations, along with spiritual power. When brothers, when we at camp, brothers would have some fun on what their mansion or palace will look like, what they're going to be doing with how many women they're going to have, how they're going to be dressing, and they meditating on the kingdom in general. That's comfort, man. Those are the greatest conversations to have through these tribulation times. Absolutely. I would encourage a lot of brothers to meditate on such glory in that situation. Because let me go to this precept in Romans, just popped in my head actually. Romans 8:18. Romans 8:18. And it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of the present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So when you Oh, you know what? I got to keep continuing with that one. That's why Paul Salakia Akim. We go to 19 and 20. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. For the creature was made subject to vanity, right? Not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. That's phenomenal. I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. You know, we're prisoners of hope. But at the end of the day, though, when you go back to 18, it says the sufferings of the present time is not worthy to compare with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Now, granted, when you go into a scripture like that, that's just as good as 1 Corinthians 2 and 9 or Isaiah 64 and 4, where it says, eyes never seen, ears never heard, what the Lord has prepared for the ones who love him. And I like 64 and 4 Isaiah better, but they both say the same thing. When you start going into precepts like that, mind you, brothers, we are really the hell that we living in now, between scoffers in everyday life, ailments in the bodies, sicknesses, pestilence, chemtrails, the list goes down to what Esau has in store in wickedness on this side, man. So, and it's pretty rough. It really is. Taxes and working 70, 80 hours a week for a little bit of money and things of that nature. The slavery and the things we're living in right now is very, very rough. And so for what the kingdom has to offer, it's like, okay, the kingdom's going to be made with precious stones, unlimited wealth, unlimited happiness and rest. That's just like, yo, you know what I mean? It's like, compared to what we living in now, you know, brothers have visions of what that's like. So that's great hope right there alone. So when brothers are actually going into the hope aspect of it and what we living in now, it's literally saying that the kingdom is going to be so amazing and it's going to be so uplifting and so much joy and so much abundance and so much rest and comfortability and just one, and then not to mention being able to be around Yahawashi and see Yahawah and just being around our power and being around, oh man, whew, man, being crowned in immortality and all these different things. When you say it like that, of course that time is way better than this time. I mean, you can even talk about it when you say it out your mouth. Actually, of the things the kingdom has to offer, of course it'll be something where you can get over now. But we have to get to that point first. But at the end of the day, though, through comfort, just saying it is like it's unfathomable to really catch on what that's really going to be like. So when we get to the kingdom, like I was just explaining, it's going to be so amazing that we're literally going to forget about the hell we're living in right now. I mean, because we're struggling. Brothers are stressed out, man. They got to deal with wicked women, unbelieving women. They going off, something crazy. A man can't even enjoy a woman because the woman he's dealing with already had 5 men or whatever. Every brother I know, and if there's a brother who actually still with a woman that's a virgin and he had him first, so-called, blessings to you, brother. That's just wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can't call no brother right now that's dealing with a woman that was a virgin, that they actually got as a virgin and dealing with them. Brothers, I can't call it. Every brother that has a wife right now, and even women that's so-called in the truth with men of the Lord, had about 3 men already, but they, obviously they repented and they went back to the righteous ways and dealing with one man and going through the scriptures. But at the end of the day, though, they still had 3 men. So we out here rehearsing the righteous acts, man. So this is why Romans 8 and 18 is really powerful, because all the things we living in now in the kingdom, we're going to have women that's only been dealt with us, carved up and subjected unto us, man. Utter just obedience and utter just loving situations, man. Wonderful woman, beautiful and just righteous. It's unfathomable, brothers. You have to understand what I'm saying is just like, it doesn't exist on this time. But when we read these scriptures, that's why it's great comfort, because we're literally approaching a time frame that's unlimited times better than what we're living in. Thus saith the Lord. So, and to have all those things, we're going to forget about the hell we're living in once we get into the kingdom. It's like it's so amazing on this side. It's like you're going to forget about these times. And these times are so much hell. It's almost to a point where you like, how can you forget about what you just lived in? Like that was just the most devastating, most horrible situation you can live in. And the time that we're coming into is going to be so amazing to where we're going to forget about and not even worry about what we're living in. That right there alone, I can stop this video and just, it's like a tease, bro, Akim. It's like a tease, and it's a real good tease though. But hey, through the comfort and the spirit of power, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, we have such wonders coming our way. And it's so amazing to be in these times, man. Let me go into the book of let me go into you know what? Let me go to the book of Isaiah. Because, I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah 60. I haven't really been in this one in a while, but this is a wonderful chapter that you can go into. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to go down it. You know what? I might finish my video going towards this 60 in general. I'm going to go it down. So arise and shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahawah is risen upon thee. This is coming, brothers. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahawah shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right, because the Lord is going to come. Because remember, it says, was that Zephaniah, which I can get into, but I get into later. It says, wait upon the Lord, man. The Lord is going to wait upon the Lord. You got to have patience, man. Woe to the ones who lose patience. So you got to have patience, because the Lord is coming to going to deliver us, man, through Yahawashi. It says 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thy eyes round about, and see all they gather themselves together, and they come to thee, thy sons, and shall come from afar, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Oh man. Then thou shalt see and flow together, thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, and the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. Right. Because that's the one they're going to bring in the riches and things of that nature. The Lord going to set us up really nicely. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, and the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, and all they from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of Yahawah. Ooh, man. I mean, this whole chapter is, let me go into, I want to hit 10, and says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I have smote thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. So just like we built up all of this wickedness of the Edomites and the heathen, they're going to build up our walls, man. And then it says, therefore the gate shall be open continually, and they shall not be shut day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and their kings may be brought. Right. They're going to bring in all their riches and all their things into the kingdom. The Lord going to set us up insane. Let's go to 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. We're going to have all the people, all the heathen going to be subjected under us, man. Let me go to at least 22. This is another thing, because I don't even have a child yet, but at the end of the day, though, I will love one. And it says 22. Matter of fact, let me go to let me go to 19. 19 and down. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but Yahawah shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy power and thy glory. Right. And it says, the sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for Yahawah shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Right. So that's like, going into, the wisdom and knowledge of our understanding and things of that nature. The Lord gonna have us with spiritual bodies, and we gonna understand the laws, and we ain't gonna teach nobody else. The Lord going to be our buckler and strength, and the wisdom and knowledge will not depart from us, and we're going to know the Lord forever. Man, this is a phenomenal, oh man, this is some comfort, man. And it says, thy people also shall all be righteous. Be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, and the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. That goes into, well, you can read that in Deuteronomy 28, and one of the blessings where everything we touch is going to be like, we're going to have the Midas touch in the kingdom, man. And it says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahawah, will hasten it in his time. Hey, brothers, man, look, this is the most phenomenal thing you can hear. And there's so many other scriptures you can get into. That's insane. Let me go to Psalms 84. Yup, I just learned that precept too. It just popped up in my head. Psalms 84 and 84 and 10, I believe. It says, for a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my power than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. Now, when you read something like that, that's like, that's insane. That's a strong statement, because in the kingdom of the Lord, being a doorkeeper is most likely, is obviously, when you read this, is the most phenomenal, is probably one of the most phenomenal jobs. Like if you were a heathen and you were a doorkeeper, that job was probably insane. Just imagine you probably just grateful just to see and be surrounded in such glory. You know what I mean? The energy, the air, just the environment must be insane just to be a doorkeeper in the kingdom than 1,000 years in wickedness in the tents of Esau. If you can live for only 24 hours in the kingdom, or 1,000 years over here, I'm choosing the 24 hours. That'll be the greatest 24 hours of your life. 24 hours. That's it. 24 hours of life is way better than 1,000 years of wickedness in the kingdom of Esau. That's a powerful, strong statement, brothers. My objective is to just edify and comfort brothers on what we're about to get ourselves into. I can easily go to Revelations 21 and talk about the foundations of the kingdom, how long it's going to be, 12,000 furlongs, and all the jasper stones and sardonyx and things of that nature, and how glorious it's going to be. 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel, walking on streets of gold. Man, that's just man, listen, brothers, every day. So I think this video is going to be called continue the kingdom minded of continue to be kingdom minded, brethren, something like that, because being kingdom minded keeps you on point and focused, because in these times, man, brothers are also putting up videos about being circumspect and things of that nature. It's very important, because these are the times where you really want to tighten up, and I agree. These are the times you really want to stay focused, and you want to actually stay along the lines of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, especially right now. Brothers was talking about because we're going to come into a time where we're not going to congregate as brethren too much anymore. There's going to be a time where brothers going to be on their own. So it's going to require you to keep these precepts and keep these things in line, pursuing Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times, and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, though, we're coming to rough times where brethren might be by themselves. If you run into another Akim, that was the spirit of power, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and probably a phenomenal sight to be involved. Can you imagine being on a run during Jacob's trouble, and you run into another Akim? That's probably going to be the greatest sight of all lifetimes. Think about that. Not your mom, not your dad, not anybody that's outside the truth, but you out you out there by yourself, and you basically doing this thing with your own fear and trembling, and the fear of the Lord with your own fear and trembling. and you run into an Akim in the middle of tribulation. Most phenomenal thing, that'd be phenomenal. That'd be phenomenal to be next to an Ak in those times. Protect each other, things of that nature. Not to mention the Lord going to endow brothers with spiritual power as a whole. Oh, man. Bahasham Yahawashi has blessed us, brothers, with some amazing wisdom. And we have to follow these things all the way to the end, man. So, with this, we're going through these things. We're going to be, we're going to get a kingdom, man. And we have to endure this thing all the way to the end to get it. What is that? I'm going to end this off with Revelations, I believe it's 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, and that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation for 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's the whole point of this thing, brothers. We have to endure this thing, especially pursuant to Matthew 24:13. It says the ones who endure, the same shall be saved, man. The ones who endure, the same shall be saved. It's the same thing with this thing. You endure this thing, and the Lord is going to give you a crown of life. And that crown of life is, it's going to be that immortality with spiritual bodies, but first mercy of salvation, and then following on the different things. Because once you saved, you get that. That's the spiritual body right there. Pursuing the First Corinthians 15. In a twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. So once you get beamed up, you'll be changed instantaneously. So boom, there you go right there. You're saved. And then on after that, just comes the glory of the Lord and the kingdom. And oh man, kingdom minded is the whole thing, brothers. I like to use as a reference because being kingdom minded will keep you on the lines. Just like when you were a kid and you were in school, you got the Dorney Park or a Six Flags trip coming up. You're going to be in your best behavior the week prior because you don't want to jeopardize anything to where you're not allowed to go on a trip because you was bad. Great analogy, brothers. We got to stay focused on this thing and stay kingdom-minded, because staying kingdom-minded will keep you along the lines of correctness, rehearsing the righteous acts and being perfect as best you can, keeping the laws the best you can, and being kingdom-minded as a reference is a great way of going about it, so that way you can inherit the kingdom of heaven, hopefully. Righteous side is edifying to the brothers. I will say Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Yahawah, he is to be exists. Bahasham in the name, and the only begotten Son, the Lord and Savior, Yahawashi. Bahasham in the name, and the Holy Spirit of qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on the truth from GMS, and blessing to the Akim preaching his word with whole true sincerity. And blessing to 144,000 and 1/3, the first fruits kingdom of heaven, house of David, the Biyaf Dawadah, and Shalom, two brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking in different nations. Shalom, brothers. Hold on, man. We almost out here. And one more last thing, brothers. According to the scriptures, we know we need these times. I've been reading, I've been following the Dow Jones and different things of that nature, and they tell me they surging up points in the economy. No matter what happens, brothers, it's not going to get better. And even if it does, the Lord is still going to come through with the prophecies, just like we looking for. Because this is the year of prophecy, like the Apostle Har can say. I can see it. So, Shalom, brothers. Stay up.